to a previous question, the Finance Minister told my colleague Leanne Wood that the Prince of Wales had no influence over Welsh laws, as you have just clarified. While this is welcome news, it remains the case that he is consulted and has a veto over laws made in Westminster on matters affecting his interests in Wales. This clearly has the potential to impact on policies made in this particular place. What representations can you make to your counterparts in Westminster, therefore, to rectify this absurd situation?
Can I just make the second point very quickly? It is, under the Government of Wales Act, Section 1114 and Standing Order 2667, it is the Duke of Cornwall's consent that must be, in appropriate cases, sought. This is because the Duke of Cornwall is the heir to the throne, and if there is no Duke of Cornwall, and there might not be a Duke of Cornwall if, for example, Prince Charles were to predecease the Queen, there would not be a Duke of Cornwall. The rights of the Duchy of Cornwall would then revert to the monarch. So what we're talking about really is derived entitlement of the monarch to have a need for consent in relation to legislation which engages her interest. So it's not Prince Charles as Prince Charles, it's the Duke of Cornwall. I could say more, but I'm going to stop at that point.
Question 3.
So what we're talking about really is derived entitlement of the monarch to have a need for consent in relation to legislation which engages her interest. Monarch to have a need for consent in relation to legislation which engages a need for consent in relation to legislation which engages a need for consent in relation to legislation.